Good evening. Good evening, AIA East Bay 2022 Design Awards. We made it. You know, it really does take a village to get this stuff done. We've been working on this for a long, long time, and you're going to see what great work has been performed just so that we could have this lovely little event here. A couple of points. One, the AIA East Bay is coming back. It's great to see everybody here in person, shaking hands. I mean, I don't know how many times then I heard people saying, "Oh yeah, I recognize you." You know? That's going to continue, but in a good way. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing you to our wonderful chairperson for the Design Awards 2022, Ursula Currie. Ursula also serves on our board of directors. And I have to say, she is the driving force behind our theme this year, Beyond. And without further ado, Ursula Currie.
Thank you, Mike. And as Mike said, it's really fantastic to be here. It's really great to see us all. So well done us for coming out and making it happen. So I want to say, as we all know, the Design Awards acknowledges incredible architectural achievements and accomplishments by our AIA East Bay members and by other AIA members who have designed buildings within the 4 counties of our chapter. This year we had almost 100 submissions, which is fantastic. And we're delighted to recognize a core group of finalists this evening that have been selected by our panel of judges. So their work spans a diverse spectrum of sizes, locations, project types, and clients, and which we look forward to sharing with you shortly this evening. And as Mike says, the Design Award has been almost 1 year in the planning. Every Friday lunchtime since February, a group of us have been getting together to strategize how to make tonight possible. So I'm really looking forward to getting my Friday lunchtimes back again. But really, it takes a group of talented, motivated, and dedicated people to make this intention a reality. And at this time, I would like to introduce who the committee is that have joined me on this journey. So you're going to hear your names, and I'd like you to stand up. Sanjana. Dan. Patrick. Sydney. And our guiding North Star, Mike Williams. Thank you. So what's unique about this collection of people, we all came together, and through discourse and dialogue, we decided that the theme for this year is going to be slightly different. We wanted to focus on topics which we have referred to as theme of Beyond. And we also took a change in a position. Rather than doing typical categories, we decided to focus on the concept of scale. So I want to talk a little bit about why Beyond. And at the AIA convention, the Women's Convention in San Jose a couple of months ago, Dan Hart, one of the only man on stage over that 3-day convention, acknowledged that the AIA is synonymous with advocacy in action. And those words were not lost on this committee. Throughout our planning process, we were constantly advocating for design excellence, advocating for sustainability, but we also had conversations about topics that are not apparent in the photographs when you see these beautiful architecture. Topics that are beyond, the unseen. And a lot of that is to do with topics that we care about in the process of our design, our management, and our construction. So we all know about the significance of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So what we want to encourage the submissions this year is to tell their stories about how they also integrated those topics into their projects and into their processes. And examples of that might be things along the lines of how did you co-create with your users, with the community, with your client? And, we all pivot sometimes when we get input that we weren't expecting, but sometimes it results in a fantastic project that everybody is engaged in. And we also wanted to acknowledge clients that realize the issues of accessibility is an incredible aspect to be incorporating into our buildings. It's not an inconvenience for us, it's an incredible asset to the project. And we thought about contractors who hire, in their construction trade, they hire women, they hire BIPOC, people that, and pay them a living and respectable wage. So we asked our submission people to think about these stories. Equally, something that's important to me is the notion of sacred reciprocity. It's from a Peruvian term, the Quechua people, from the word aini, the notion of the concept of being in harmony with nature. So we are building our buildings and we are changing the status quo of the natural environment. So in a spirit of sacred reciprocity, what are we doing to restore balance in nature as we make these interventions on the earth? So everybody, of course, will have maybe their own interpretation of beyond, but these were some of the things that we asked the people that were submitting to consider. Tell us those stories. Then I want to say a little bit something about the categories of scale. And I want to give Patrick recognition for this because I think he really led our process. So let me read it. In recognition of the portfolios of our members, this year we advocated for submissions to be evaluated based upon scale and not project type. Building programs may vary within categories of scale, but we want to dissolve the boundaries between building types and instead allow the jurors, some of which are here tonight, thankfully, to evaluate a variety of project types to enable cross-pollination of design thought. This idea stems from the prevailing critique that the architectural dialogue sometimes can be an echo chamber of the same voices speaking about the same topics on repeat. Hence, we invited jurors from various disciplines to help spur a unique dialogue on the work that we do. So we hope you will enjoy perspectives from distinguished, established, and emerging architects, an academic, a landscape architect, and a photographer who so beautifully records our work through their own lens. And with that, I would now like to introduce you to our wonderful moderator. I'm so delighted that Patricia Alarcon is going to host us tonight. I didn't even ask you for that, but I just made it up. So Patricia is a principal and an academic practice leader at Radcliffe Architects here in Emeryville. And her extensive architectural career has focused on student-centered environments and designing for today's 21st century learners. We're delighted she's moderating this event, and we're honored to have her. So, Patricia, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ursula. I'm also Ursula. Here I am. Pero por qué? I don't know. The Spanish comes out when I'm nervous, I guess. I'm honored to be here tonight. I really appreciate the invitation to be here. It's great to see so many familiar faces in this just super cozy environment. Before I start, I wanted to tell just two stories. One is that I was telling somebody, I don't even know who, that had been asked to do this, and they were like, really? I said, yeah. And they said, well, you know, at AIA San Francisco, they'd like to get local celebrities to do it and, you know, news people. And I'm like, oh my God, that is not me. So I texted Ursula and Mike, and I'm like, guys, you know, this is your chance. You know, I won't be offended. Just ask somebody else. Like, no, we're the East Bay. We're way more laid back. So phew, here I am. Bear with me. The second story is that I have like a little paragraph that I prepared, and I was practicing, and I was practicing with my 15-year-old son today, you know, because I'm always doing that with him, with his Spanish, you know, Mom, do it again. And he's like, Mommy, you don't got it. Do it again. Do it again. So, you know, again, bear with me, but I did practice a little bit, but I may rely on my glasses and my notes. So, I'm really excited to be here to share this celebration of our design community, and it's so exciting to be here again in person after such a hiatus. We really take these events now, which maybe we had taken for granted before, are really that much more special after the, 1.5 and 2 years that we have been living in. So this is really an exciting event. I also want to say that I'm a proud East Bay resident. I've been living in Oakland, for the past, Oakland in the house, for the past 20 years, nearly. I also graduated from Cal and master's people, go Bears, woo! And I have been practicing here for nearly 15 years. So all of that is just to say that my roots here are very deep. This is my community. I care about this community. This is our community. And I'm very excited again to be here. It makes this event that much more meaningful because it is very personal. Okay, where am I? Okay, in my time here, I've seen our diverse community evolve and grow and change. And, with that change comes the challenge of just adjusting to new realities. And, in our practice, we're always adjusting to those challenges, and we're working with our clients using the creative lens to really find new innovative solutions that really reimagine and innovate. And I think you'll see from the work here tonight that, this is what we're doing. Our work can have immediate positive impact on our communities, and that's really what resonated with me about the theme for tonight, which is, of course, beyond celebrating design of the seen and unseen. That really, really resonates. And I kudos to you, Ursula, and to the whole team for coming up with this different lens, different way of looking at the awards. I think it's very, very genuine and very. It's different. You're just flipping things, which I really appreciate. So that brings me to this year's submissions. As you heard, nearly 100 submissions. So first, let's just a hand for everybody who submitted and didn't get nominated. Because there are a lot of great submittals. We're so excited to share the nominated projects and the award winners. But first, we want to really introduce the distinguished panel of judges. And as Ursula said, it was a very intentional selection, really a cross-section, very representative, so that the viewpoints, when evaluating the projects, really were coming from very different angles. 6 judges, different opinions. I think I heard it was kind of an intense process to get to the winners, but you're all very appreciated for your time. So the judges are, we have Tenna Florian from Lake Flato in San Antonio, Mark Jensen Architects, San Francisco, Adriana Garcia from Salt Landscape Architects, Nastran Musavi from Studio Bana, Keith Krumvidi, Dean of Architecture at CCA, and Cesar Rubio from Cesar Rubio Photography. If you're here, please stand so that we can acknowledge you. Great, thank you. So as Ursula mentioned, in keeping with this year's theme, the committee changed the categories and went to scale. So this year we have 6 categories, and each will have its moment here in the stage. We're going to start with the student projects. Those are highlighting work by students, by folks who are still current students today. So we're excited to see the work of the up and coming, the ones who are going to join the profession here shortly. The next category is small scale. So that's going to be projects that are under 5,000 square feet. The next category will be the medium projects. Those are going to be from 5,000 to 25,000. The next category will be the large scale projects. Those are projects over 25,000. And then we have 2 others, an unbuilt category for projects that are still not realized, they're on the boards. And we have the People's Choice Award. So if you haven't voted for that, If you want to stuff the ballots, now's your time to vote for your favorite project. But we'll keep giving you warnings about that, like the time is running out. And then, of course, we're going to have a recognition of an award that we're calling the Beyond Award for the projects that best exemplify the characteristics that, again, Ursula so aptly described. Okay, so one last bit of housekeeping before we begin to keep the program running tightly to the 1 hour, because after this we're going to have champagne and we can all kind of take a deep breath and just relax. Only the honor award recipients will be invited up to the stage when the award is announced. So your team will come, you'll make your way up to the front, you'll get your beautiful award, and then you'll circle back to get your photo taken, and then we'll just kind of keep it moving. You know, it's very casual, so if we collide, it's okay. Okay, we're also going to acknowledge the members. You know, there will be some merit and citation awards, and for those of you who receive those awards at the end of this event, of this piece, please come up to the podium. I think Mike was going to do a big reveal. Now, cue. Woo! Ah! Woo! So at the end of the honor awards, if you've gotten a citation or a merit, please come up and take your award, and you'll also be able to take a photograph. Okay. Okay, let's begin with the program tonight. The first award category, as we said, starts with the student category, the student projects, and your presenter tonight, is Mark Donahue, Director of Design at Lounge.
Excellent. Thank you, Patricia. That was awesome. Really beautiful introduction. I feel very fortunate. It's my great pleasure to present the Student Award. And that's for a couple of reasons. I'm a former educator, and the point of view that students bring is so exciting, so compelling, and also so forward-looking. And so it's especially poignant to see what they're thinking about these days and embed that in our thinking. So student projects are defined, as Patricia said, as just being exclusively by current students. And we're going to see 3 amazing projects that show a real awareness of the future, that show a sensitivity to culture and identity, and also demonstrate a comfort with digital technology that the people of my generation can only dream about. So this year's nominees in the category are the Polycentric Nesting Through Grass-Based Tectonic projects. This project conceives of a world 50 years from now, and using scientific data has simulated the atmospheric, technological, and economic conditions which will prevail at that time. And it proposes an adaptive response to what can only be described as hostile conditions. A reed that is native to California, the Tuolumne, is assessed as a viable construction material, and it culminates in the partial construction of a structure that can survive, adapt, and possibly even thrive in a new world that will be rife with challenges. Our next project is the new Kibete market. Kibete is actually a very fast-growing section of Nairobi, Kenya. The business there is centered around an ecosystem of agriculture, and as a result, the county government is looking to construct a multi-purpose fresh produce market for the local farming community, and a place to sell, for them to sell their produce. And this proposal sought not only to provide an ideal place for the sale of goods, but also for the storage of large amounts of farm produce that had previously gone to waste, which is definitely an issue of the times. This solution really demonstrates a high degree of awareness of the local cultural milieu and the climatic conditions, and uses elements of vernacular materials filtered through a contemporary lens to generate a very authentic architecture of place. Really beautiful stuff. All right, and then finally, our last nominee for this award is the ASCII Digital Design Mecca. And this is really a fascinating project. There has been a Facebook page on which these ASCII patterns have been generated since 2017, I believe. I may have the date wrong. So these patterns that have been generated were brought together in this abstract project design for New School of Art, Design, and Technology, appropriately enough, to be opened in 2025. The architectural model of two merging identical cubes generated by the ASCII computer language and is consistent really with the entire design. It's envisioned that all the buildings within the school will draw upon the same visual language using repeated architectural elements, and this actually will be placed on the Berkeley waterfront, ideally. This project shows that a really simple system of 8-bit code can generate intensely beautiful patterns through the process of iteration, curation, and collaboration. And it can produce really sophisticated and vibrant results. And now, the honor award winner in the student project category goes to, cue the music.
My favorite part about this project is the thought-provoking concept of using native grass to generate primitive dwellings such as Native Americans once did.
The graphics and presentation of the ideas were mesmerizing.
The carefully crafted nest forms are very reassuring shapes, forms, and spaces when contemplating survival in environments altered by global warming.
The piece is both beautiful and hopeful, but somewhat dystopian at the same time.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Hopefully after 50 years, there is not going to be a need for our projects, but in case, there it is for us.
I ran up because I forgot to mention that if you are an award winner and you come up to the stage, you do have the mic to, to say a few words, to thank anybody that you want to. So that's why I ran up to do that. So, congratulations, students, go Bears. Yay! Woo! Okay, so the next award category is the small scale project. And this award is going to be given by Ryan McNulty, principal with MBH Architects. Welcome, Ryan.
Thank you, Patricia. Here we go. So, as a born and raised San Franciscan, sorry, Patricia, and a proud Cal alum, at least I got that, and a principal at a firm that has been practicing in the East Bay and Alameda specifically for 33 years. The Bay Area is incredibly important to us, and the East Bay specifically. It's home. And so it's one of those reasons that we really want to be a sponsor for the AI East Bay. We feel it's part of our DNA, and we're part of the neighborhood here, and we thank you all for the opportunity to present this award. So I have the distinct pleasure of presenting the small scale projects, which are defined as projects that are less than 5,000 gross square feet. This year's nominees are the Edgewood House by Terry and Terry Architects. Throughout the design process, the client's family was involved in educating the design team about the needs encountered by a deaf family. And the concept of deaf space, where vision and touch are the primary means of spatial awareness and orientation. Many particular measures were considered and integrated into the project, some of which were new and specific, others being already part of the more common design process. Roommate House by Chang and Snyder. Much of the US is zoned as single family, approximately 75%. And the housing that is designed in these areas has historically been designed with the traditional family in mind. With the Roommate House, Chang and Snyder began with the idea that housing is needed to welcome other kind of roommates. The plan puts all of the public amenities in the middle: kitchen, bathroom, living, and then gives each bedroom its own terrace, private outdoor space, and it does this all within a small footprint and without changing the neighborhood fabric. The Spot, or the SPOT, by Brian Fagans. Two portable buildings from the 1940s, originally scheduled for demolition, were restored to create an environment where students of color could develop a love of learning and the skills needed to transform their community. Designed for a K-8 charter school focused on social equity and justice, this project highlights the invisible nature of designing for justice. Looking only at photos and drawings, you'd probably never know about the challenges we faced or the choices we made to design for a just outcome. Farmworker House by Alarcon Tilt Architects. The Farmworker Housing Project grew out of an acute lack of adequate rural housing for the people growing our foods and our fibers. The project was developed as a flexible prototype for sustainable, low carbon emitting and efficient farm workers. It is a housing and agricultural community space made with agricultural materials, namely straw bale and sheep's wool. It features a straw bale wall system we call bales on end between stud. This system uses carbon sequestering straw bales as insulation while using standard stud and plywood wall construction that contractors are familiar with. And it allows for a wide range of low-cost exterior finishes. Moss Rock by Swat Myers Architects. Nestled among a forest of Douglas fir, madrone, and oak trees, Moss Rock is a model for sustainability, energy, and design. Moss Rock is a net zero home that operates completely off the grid and maximizes the connection between architecture and nature, blurring boundaries between inside and out. The building is carefully sited directly over a pre-existing exposed concrete water storage tank, west of the main house, partially above a narrow level pad, and partially over a steep decline. Suspension House by Fougeron Architects. A human-made object in nature may exist in harmony or disparity. Their goal was to deepen this home's connection to the environment, creating a place where the clients can live immersed within an exceptional landscape. Taking care to protect and restore the land, Fougeron suspended the renovated house between two wooded hills where it overlooks a rushing waterfall and spans the creek below. Responding both to the sense of place and the client's aspirations, Suspension House looks to new possibilities of how the two can coexist. The existing home was a heavy box clumsily inserted into this exceptional landscape. And to transform the home and lighten its footprint on the landscape and environment, every aspect of the design was conceived to achieve multiple design for excellence goals. And there are your nominees. But we have a surprise for you. Before we announce the honor award winner for this category, our judges felt that two other project submissions in this category deserve special recognition. And so the judges have awarded the Citation Award for Small Project to Moss Rock by Swat Myers Architects. No? All right, okay. So recognizing the project's off-the-grid approach, use of natural materials, and its use of existing natural elements that blur the boundaries between inside and out. Congratulations. I assume no one's here. Okay. And so, and additionally, the judges felt that another project deserved the Merit Award. And the Merit Award for Small Scale Project goes to Roommate House by Chang Snyder Architects. Because of its unique approach to breaking away from the traditional small home layout and providing for the idea that housing is needed to welcome all kinds of roommates. Congratulations. And you're over there somewhere. There we go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, and congratulations. The other projects look so amazing. Thank you.
And now, the winner of the honor award in the small project category goes to Farmworker Housing by Alarcon and Tilt.
The project to me is a perfect example of design serving a greater purpose.
This project is an incredible, elegant solution for farm worker housing.
It was a provocative project on how one could provide housing in rural context for workers in a way that was contextual, noble in a modest way, which I think the jury respected.
It's talking. Here, hold on to that. Goodness. It's so weird to be with people in the first place. But I just want to say a couple of things because this is the kind of project that we believe in so deeply, where it's actually meant to be a prototype. The idea is that it becomes available for other people. It was so hard to get this through Marin County. It's just such a simple building. And so the idea is that we can recreate this. And the other thing we were trying to do was make it so that it could involve community. And the photo that didn't make it in the reel is we had a bail raising. The owners helped, the farm workers helped, the contractors helped. Everybody did it together. It was a really amazing experience. And all of you grass technology students, come talk to us.
I'm going to jump in and say a quick thing on behalf of the students. I just spent the last 2 days at a booth at Greenbuild promoting straw as a building material. And we asked Greenbuild, what is greener than a locally grown, rapidly renewable, carbon storing agricultural byproduct? And the number one answer we got is nothing. So you guys are on it. Well done.
Congratulations again to our winners, and back to our host.
You can see why they had to give also the merit and the citation, right? I mean, these are all amazing and such diverse projects. So I can see how being a judge would have been not an easy task. Okay, the next category is our medium scale. And here to present that award is Jamie Matherin. Jamie is an architect with Dahlin Architecture, Planning and Interiors, and she's also on the board of directors of AIA East Bay. Jamie, where are you? There you are. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Patricia. Well, it's my pleasure to be here tonight and to present the medium scale project category. Dahlin is a proud sponsor of this year's Design Awards because we feel it's important to support our architectural community, and rooted in our passion for place at Dahlin, we value the opportunity to support our peers here in the East Bay, where we've been practicing for almost 45 years now. So the first nominee is UC Riverside, The Barn by Furnau and Hartman Architects. Although the project began as a much-needed renovation of the eatery, the underlying question was how to develop and rebuild this corner of the campus without destroying the sense of community at its root. Beyond finding the right programmatic elements, the architecture of the historic compound itself was integral to the creation of the community. The architects took their cue from the scale and character of the original compound, with its warm materials, climatically appropriate courtyards, and generous landscaping. The next nominee is RYSE Commons by Phillips Wynne Architects. RYSE was founded because Black, Brown, Indigenous, and young people of color impacted by systemic failures called on adults to listen, invest, and rethink young people's place in the city of Richmond. This project was part of that vision, a campus dedicated to youth leadership that would include dynamic spaces for healing, learning, creativity, and connection. Cindy Bronfman Leadership Center at the Dunn School by Furnau and Hartman Architects. The Leadership Center is a multi-purpose building that serves as a hub for student life and leadership at Dunn School. It provides much-needed flexible space for teaching, collaborative work, student study, and relaxation. It houses reconfigurable classrooms, an innovation lab for student design projects, and a student-run Earwig Cafe. The building also provides generous shaded outdoor areas for relaxation and reflection, and a second-floor balcony that offers views of the Santa Ynez Mountains. Maclac Building D by Marcy Wong, Don Logan Architects with PLAD, Peter Logan Architecture and Design. Building D's architectural rejuvenation accentuates the systemic geometry of its historically industrial heritage by introducing abundant daylight through ridge skylights, providing architectural lighting designed to highlight the historic brick walls and steel roof trusses of the original building, and incorporating seismic upgrading with structural diaphragms that double as an architectural level that creates usable floor area with exceptional vantage points of historic elements. 24th Street Lofts by Barron Studio Architecture. The project took the envelope of the existing building and used Oakland's live-work code to insert an additional floor while still preserving the historic facade, building perimeter, and other elements of the structure. Building reuse prevents increased landfill and new material production, decreasing land use and CO2 production. In terms of equity and social sustainability, room rents are approximately $800 a month, which is considered affordable to low-income individuals in the Oakland area. Balboa Park School by ELS Architects and Kuth Raniere. This underserved, ethnically diverse neighborhood contains San Francisco's highest youth population, yet for its roughly 50,000 people, it has one highly beloved pool. Its renovation needed to do many things for many varieties of users, while also seizing the chance to invigorate its surroundings. Since opening, the project has seen increased visitorship and provided the neighborhood with an enhanced family resource. The Bill and Adele Jones Center by Brick. A public-private partnership, the Bill and Adele Jones Center connects the college with the community, generates revenue, and creates a center of gravity for the Indian Valley campus, IVC. The center fills an important need for both the College of Marin and Novato Rotary Club. Yet neither organization could afford the project alone. Shared resources and collaboration created a complex that serves the needs of the community, student body, and staff. It is a venue for conferences, celebratory events, theater performances, guest lectures, and culinary classes. Revenue generated from bookings helps support future culinary and theater programs. And before we announce the honor award, because these may be medium scale projects, but this is not a medium scale category, our judges felt that two other project submissions in this category deserved special recognition. So first, the judges have awarded the Citation Award to the Bill and Adele Jones Center by Brick for their exceptional execution in blending so many diverse elements that serve the needs of the community, student body, and staff. And secondly, in this category, the judges felt another project deserved our Merit Award. So the Merit Award for medium scale projects goes to UC Riverside, The Barn, because of how the design creates the right programmatic elements while successfully maintaining the sense of community and history of the site. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the honor award for medium scale projects goes to the Cindy Bronfman Leadership Center at the Dunn School by Furnau and Hartman Architects.
The project does have the one for typical school typology that we see around.
It fits well into its campus. It provides a place that's welcoming and, in fact, even joyful for those who use it.
The jury was enchanted with both the program and the execution of this project. There were not that many projects in our review that caught our attention for both reasons, both the program and the execution.
I don't have anything special to say other than we're very pleased, and this was extremely long project to work on, over 12 years, many diseases, and it was really amazing that it happened. And I'm extremely proud of this.
Me too. Thank you so much. This is wonderful. I'm totally surprised.
Congratulations to the team, and now back to Patricia.
Great. What I'm seeing with this last category is that even though you didn't do academic and, those categories, many of the submissions in that category were academic in nature. And that really warms my heart. That's kind of my happy place. That's kind of the work that I do. And it does reinforce the fact that, we're doing beautiful architecture regardless of the project type, but especially for students, for communities, for underrepresented communities. And that's just really so important. I'm so glad that the judges decided to honor that. So great. Our next category, of course, is the large project category. That's going to be projects that are over 25,000 square feet. And to introduce that project, or to introduce this category and present the award, we have Daniel Zweig. He's an associate technical architect at SOM, and Dan, like Jamie, is also on the board of directors of AIA East Bay.
Thank you, Patricia. It's my pleasure to present the large-sized projects category. SOM has been doing work in the Bay Area for over about 75 years now, so we're honored to sponsor this category. I've worked at SOM for 8 years, and I've never worked on a project that's less than 500,000 square feet, so this seems appropriate for us to do. So without further ado, the first project in the Large Scale Projects Award, first nominee, is the Stanford University School of Medicine. The Center for Academic Medicine at Stanford University is the new home for the school's medical education facility. This center represents an ambitious effort to provide disparate research disciplines with a common collaborative environment. Nestled in the community's arboretum, the center provides a refuge of respite and rejuvenation for clinical educators and the community, establishing a workplace that promotes interaction between occupants and outdoor environment and supports their health and well-being. The next nominee is the Berkeley Tuolumne Camp by Siegel and Strain. The multidisciplinary team developed the layout and design of this approximately 100 new structures totaling 40,000 square feet, a dining hall, recreation hall, amphitheater, nature center, sauna, camp office and store, camper and staff cabins, restrooms, sports court, play structure, maintenance structures, pedestrian bridges, parking, and loading areas and infrastructure. Facilities were strategically located to minimize disruption to sensitive site habitats, and the amenities are knit together by a path system that maximizes the camper experience of the Sierra landscape. The next nominee is 1021 O Street Office Building by HOK. Situated in the heart of Sacramento's historic government center, the 1021 O Street Office Building enables a continuity of the democratic process through purposeful design that is rooted in community and a paragon of sustainability. This 10-story LEED Platinum designed net zero energy and carbon building provides a transitional home for California's legislative and executive branch and facilitates public access to legislative hearings while the state's 67-year-old Capitol Annex building is rebuilt. The next nominee is La Placita Cinco by TCA Architects. La Placita Cinco repurposes an auto-oriented strip mall into a neighborhood-serving inclusive community consisting of family-oriented affordable houses, outdoor amenities, and reinvigorated commercial center. The development leverages an underutilized land area of inefficient surface parking lot and dormant gas station to develop 51 affordable apartments oriented around a common courtyard with community amenities and services on the ground floor. The next nominee is the Michelle Obama School by Multi-Studio. Michelle Obama School is located in an area where 4 out of 5 families classify as low income and half of the students are English learners. Building an equitable new school that could give students agency in their education and helps parents advance critical skills was the driving force in this design process. The careful siting the buildings invites abundant daylight in, as well as creating larger public spaces and outdoor play areas in a neighborhood devoid of recreational areas. And last, Austin Energy Headquarters by ELS Architects and Page. This new high-performance Austin Energy Headquarters is on track to achieve LEED Platinum and WELL Building Silver certifications, along with Austin Energy Green Building's 5-star rating. The utility company's 4-story building accommodates up to 1,000 employees and takes a holistic approach to user comfort and wellness by maximizing connections to the outdoor environment, daylight, circulation, and social interaction. Before we announce the honor award for this category, our judges felt that the 2 other project submissions in this category deserved special recognition. First, the judges have awarded the Citation Award for Large-Scale Project to the Berkeley Tuolumne Camp by Siegel and Strain. This award was given by our judges because they're impressed by how the design team was able to strategically locate this project and minimize the disruption to sensitive site habitats. Also in this category, the judges felt that another project deserved our Merit Award. Therefore, the Merit Award for a large-scale project goes to Stanford University School of Medicine, Center for Academic Medicine by HOK, because of their ambitious efforts and success in connecting disparate research disciplines with common collaborative environments in a harmonious manner within and adjacent to the university's arboretum. And now the honor award winner for large-scale project category goes to La Placita Cinco by TCA Architects.
This project definitely goes beyond the scene by creating affordable housing that responds to our community's cultural identity.
A moment where a building can transform something as caustic as a parking lot into a, perhaps you could say as a cultural oasis.
So a project that aims to add density for housing while conserving the commercial thoroughfare, it's really hitting all the points.
Anyway, sorry about that. It's just as an assignment. We've seen so many beautiful projects. To be awarded this honor is beyond, I'm speechless. So anyway, I just want to say, on behalf of TCA, I want to thank AIA East Bay and the design committee for this recognition.
And I also want to thank our partner, City Fabrics, as well as our client, community development partners, to have the vision and the tenacity and commitment to our community to be the change agent and continue to invest back into the community. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. I am just blown away by the work. How about those murals? That's beautiful. Just gorgeous. Thank you. All right, and not finally, but we're moving on to the unbuilt category. Let's see. One reminder that this is your opportunity to vote for the People's Choice Award. Again, reminder. Oh yes, there it is. Reminder. If you don't have the QR code, I'm not sure what they do if they don't have it. Oh, do you just do that? Oh, that's right. You just point your phone. Okay. Yes, please. This is the last reminder, because then we have to tally it up and it still has to make it into this presentation. So vote, 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 and then vote next week. Okay, our next category is the unbuilt projects, and your presenters, we have 2 presenters for this one, are going to be Patrick Bayer and Luca Giaramattirado. I messed it up.
I have to say,
Giaramidaro.
it's difficult also for Italians, so don't be sorry about it. Well, first of all, I mean, it's so wonderful to see this project being built and being awarded and recognized for their beautiful design, but also for the value that they bring. So it's been so far a beautiful night. So now we have, it's our pleasure to present the Unbuilt project category. And we have such a great expectation about this project to eventually be built that it takes 2 to really, carry the emotions here, but no, great project. So, but before we do that, we want to thank you, the sponsor, KTGY, for their generous support. So now let's take a look at the Unbuilt project category nominees. All right. by. So the first one is the UC Berkeley Bachelor Engineer Center expansion by SOM. The new addition will be a lightweight glass and steel pavilion built on top of an existing 1980 Brutalist era concrete building, a structurally expressive colonnade and a canopy cornice articulation serve to complement the neighboring neoclassical buildings at the historic core of the campus. All right, Patrick.
Next is the Village SF by Payatok. The Village SF will be a first of its kind intertribal gathering of fires, a physical, cultural, and spiritual nexus facilitating community connection and providing essential services by and for urban American Indians. The village will co-locate and dramatically augment services and programming run by a coalition of Bay Area indigenous organizations on the site adjoining the Friendship House Community Center in the heart of San Francisco's newly designated American Indian Cultural District. And the next nominee is Jefferson High School District Affordable Housing by Lowney Architects. Jefferson Union High School District, the lowest funded high school district in its county, loses roughly 25% of its staff each year. The region's high living costs and ongoing housing shortage make it difficult to attract and retain teachers and staff. Intended to serve working families between 30 and 60% AMI, this development presents an innovative, holistic solution that fosters equitable, sustainable living to support the school district's workforce while elevating the overall community. Located adjacent to the existing school, the 7-story mixed-use building features 126 all-affordable living units in a mixture of studios, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments, parking, a child care facility, mailroom, a lounge, multiple open-air spaces, and a designated area for the Head Start program.
All right, thank you. So, and the winner of the honor award in the Unbuilt project category goes to, we gotta do this together. 1, 2, the Village SF by Payatok. All right.
It seems like no part of the community will be left out of this construction, and therefore, I'm just going to just race it, but also means that
The project emphasizes on the need for recognizing the indigenous communities of San Francisco.
What I loved about this project is how excited I was about the potential of it actually getting built.
We'll let the credits roll. This is really fun. Quick shout out to the team, Ray, to Janie Madamba, who our other critical partner, who was presenting this at Greenbuild today, and to our landscape architect, Einweiler Kiel. This is such an amazing project to work with these indigenous groups in San Francisco in the heart of this new American Indian Cultural District. And I think, Ray, we could safely say that when we started this project, we were kind of tentative about deploying all of this kind of cultural language. I mean, we're 2 white guys, right? And they were just like, get over it, get over yourselves, just go, just do it. You're not making decisions. You're just, you're here as to push the pencil around for us, and we'll make the choices. And they have made the choices. So it was been a really remarkable experience. This wonderful, wonderful group, and anyone who has worked with Native groups, Indians, as they of course call themselves, they have a lot of energy right now. Folks are really coming back. This is reclaimed ground for folks. And it's so powerful because when they talk about the long term, they really mean it. They've been here a long time. They're not going anywhere. And so it's such a profound experience. And anyway, very sweet to get this award. You want to add anything?
No, it's just an honor to work on such an incredible project and continually be pushed by the coalition of partners that are making it happen.
Yeah.
Every day, become more energized and inspired to work on the project by them.
Right on.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do. And we are also going to be following up on the Thule product because the terracotta costs too much. So.
Great. And how apropos that this project should win at the start of Native American Heritage Month, which is November. Great. Okay, so our next category is the Beyond Award, the Beyond Award. And we have Sanjana here to present that award. I'm lost my page. What's happening? Da da da. Yes. Our next award is that, and Sanjana, here's what I forgot to say, from Dahlan, and is also a member of AIA East Bay Design Committee, so part of this wonderful group that's put this together. Thank you, Sanjana.
Thank you, Patricia. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? It's so good to ask this question in person, right? I'm mentally asking that to myself. I'm doing okay. I hope all of you are having a lovely evening so far. It's my pleasure to present this year's very special award, Beyond. Before that, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Payatalk, for their support. Thank you. This year's Beyond Award encompasses all the elements of our theme. Does the design go beyond the scene and create those usually unseen architectural moments? Does the design have the potential to create ripple effects in society far beyond the project itself? This is our version of Beyond. I want to leave you all with one question tonight. What is your beyond? I hope after this event, you'll have a moment of solitude to yourselves to ask yourself, what is your beyond? With that, this year's winner of the AIA East Bay Beyond Award is RYSE Commons by Phillips Wynn Architects.
My favorite part of this project is the participatory design process with youth BIPOC to envision a facility that they will use. I think that inclusive design grants agency to young populations and empowers youth groups.
Very compelled by the community engagement process and the resulting diverse program of the project.
Thank you so much. Well, we are blown away.
I think we're too stunned to talk.
But RYSE is a really amazing organization in Richmond. We were just so happy to partner with them and produce a really lovely campus for them. They're doing great work with youth, and go RYSE. And thanks for honoring them and us.
Yeah, they were incredible. I mean, I think when the project was introduced first, there was a little synopsis of how RYSE really started as an organization that was grassroots from the youth in Richmond and West Contra Costa County, kind of reimagining their future and their place in the world and taking a really radical stance that, no, we're gonna, force adults, force the community to contend with us and make a better future for ourselves. So, it's
so
really.
we were just so honored to be hired to envision a campus for them. And so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again. Over to you, Patricia.
So what am I going to do? My immediate beyond will be a little glass of champagne when this is all done. And then I can think about the great beyond. Okay. Well, I think that makes me turn it over to Mike for the People's Choice Award. Are we ready for that? We are. All right. Here you are. What we've been waiting for.
So it's my honor to present the People's Choice Award. So through some technological magic, you've all voted. The polls are officially closed. I do want to insert one thing. Vote next Tuesday. Okay, if you haven't already, yes. So this is an exciting award simply because it allows each and every one of you, only the people that were in attendance tonight and those of you on Zoom, to vote on your favorite project from the nominees. First, I do want to make a quick announcement. There's no way we can do this without sponsors. So thank you to Lowney, MBH Architects, Piatalk, KTGY, Moen, SOM, and Dolan. Thank you. We can't do it without you. Can we get a round of applause? Thank you. Thank you. And now the winner of the People's Choice Award goes to, come on, slide, Edgewood House by Terry and Terry. Woo! Yeah. Come on up. Congratulations. Wow.
That's a great surprise. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. That does it. We made it. Are we on time? Yes, almost a little bit. Okay, great. So thank you to the winners. Thank you to everybody who was here. Congratulations to the winners. If you were a merit or citation winner and you didn't collect your award, please come here and there'll be a moment for photography for you at the end. The rest of us can make our way out to champagne and dessert and just more celebration. Thank you everybody for being here.